All right, so today is Monday, August 3rd, and this is our end-of-day review for the live trading room. We're taking a look at what the daily performance was of the adaptive entry system. I think by any measurement, we talked about this quite a bit in the live trading room today. Trading was a little lackluster, didn't have quite the energy and enthusiasm that NASDAQ usually has, but that said, I think one of the best validations, this is actually a comment somebody shared in our live trading room, one of the best validations of the adaptive entry system is on a day like today when you can come out okay, not end up with losses, or even if you had a loss, a small loss. So that's a good validation. So performance isn't exactly where we would like it to be, but that's the nature of trading. You've got some big winning days, you've got some losing days, you've got some other kind of mediocre days, and we look at everything in terms of run rates towards our 12-month profit goal, as well as our averages and what we're averaging over the period of time that we are evaluating. So today, what do we do today? Here's, for those of you who want to just kind of scan the performance, there's you go, there's the detail. I don't have the 20 and 30 point and full cycle data in here for the trend bias trades, but we're not profiling those. We're profiling the ones that we're looking for 10 points of profit or a reversal or be stopped out. And if we see a signal reversal, we will adjust our stop. So I want to take a look at the daily summary. Two categories that we're primarily focused on is trading from 9:30 to noon. And the adaptive entry system consists of three primary signals. There's a trend signal, there's a momentum signal, and there is a consensus signal. So 9:30 to noon assumes that you take all three trading signals. We're looking for 10 points of profit, but we're also using a 20-point protective stop. Today was one of our lowest percentage win days that we've had. Even if we scroll back, to when we first started profiling this in the live trading room, only 56% of our trades were winning trades today. So that's pretty low compared to our average. You can see we have a lot of days that are in the mid to high 80s and in the 70s. And we ended up with 3.25 points today. So actually we were positive. We had 9 trades, and we're going to take that information and we're going to plug it into our daily trading plan. Sorry, our personal trading plan. So let me just pull that up. There we go. Okay, so today is Monday, August 3rd, and you can see here that in the plan, we actually have a plan to have a losing day today. Now that's not because we thought today was going to be a losing day, that's because our plan actually inserts one losing day, an anticipation of a losing day on average 1 day per week. And we just have it inserted in our planning tool every Monday. So we ended up not having a losing day today. So we're going to take our 3.25 points of profit, 3.25. NQ is $20 a point, so that's a total of $65 per contract, and we're trading 3 contracts. So profit today, 65 times 3, profit today is $195. Not typically what we're looking for, but better than a loss. And we had 9 trades, so that's 9 trades times 3 contracts per trade, so that's 27 contracts. And so we ended up with a net after our fees and commissions of $87 today. Definitely not one of our better performing days, but you know what? If you ended up with a small win, you ended up with a small loss, given what we saw in the market today, I consider that to be a win because we didn't lose anything, didn't give anything back. So our 4-week and 1-day average, since we started profiling this in the live trading room, is averaging just over 26.5 points a day. That's just over $965 a day. So now we need to set what our future forecast is. And given that we had a little bit lower performance today, it's brought our average down a little bit. So I'm going to adjust my future forecast to 26 points. So 26 points is right in line with what we have seen as our 4-week average, 4 weeks in a day. And in terms of losing days, we've seen 1, 2, 3 losing days over a period of 4 weeks. So that's actually a little bit less than what we are projecting out. So I'm going to leave the losing day anticipated at negative 10 points, which is minus $200 per contract. And then this is the variable that you can play around with here. If you're maxing out at 3 contracts, it means that's what you're most comfortable with. If you want to increase that, because there is a 10% entered over here, no matter what you increase it to, the number of contracts that the trading plan is planning for you to trade on a given day is going to be based on a maximum of 10% of the account balance, or a maximum of whatever number you put in here, whichever is lower. So if I decided I wanted to put, let's just make it up, I wanted to put in 30 contracts there, I'm willing to trade up to 30 contracts. Well, it's not going to immediately say I'm going to trade 30 contracts. It's going to wait until the account balance is such that the margin for those 30 contracts is less than 10% of the balance of my account. So I'm not going to put that at 30. I'm going to leave it at 3. But now last week, in the last couple of weeks, as we were really just getting started here, we were seeing our 12-month income forecast somewhere around the 320 to 340,000 range. And although just under 300,000 is a really strong number, considering we started with $5,000, you can play around with this. If you're comfortable with 10% being your limiter, 10% of your total account balance being the limit of the amount of capital that you put into contracts, you could increase that to 4 contracts if you're comfortable. And all of a sudden that takes you up to a projected income of possibly to 387,000. Once again, you're not going to get to 4 contracts until you have enough in the account to account for that. And you need $500 per contract. So 4 contracts would be $2,000. You need to have an account balance of $20,000 in order for the program to tell you to trade 4 contracts, because that would be 10% or less of the balance of your account. I'm going to leave it at 3. I think that's a very conservative estimate, and yet still drives a very healthy income for us. The second category that we monitor and track, mostly just to kind of profile for you how the adaptive entry system works and performs, is trading from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. and trading the trend bias only trades, trend bias only. Well, today was a weekday overall, and I don't mean a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday weekday, I mean week, not strong. 1.5 points is where we ended up netting today after 11 trades. So basically we didn't make anything today. That's okay. We also didn't lose anything. We might have actually after commissions. We're going to see that here in just a minute. So we're going to jump back over to our trading plan here. We're trading 3 contracts. So we had 1.5, so 1.5 points. It's $20 a point on NQ is $30 times 9, sorry, times 3 is $90. Well, there you go. So there's $90, and then we had 9 trades, so we had 27 contracts, 9 trades, 27 contracts, and so that ends up netting us a loss of $18. Okay, that's a net loss of $18. Basically, to me, that's break even, including commissions and fees. More importantly to me, it's this number right here. What is our average to date? Now you can see here, if you scan down through the last 4 weeks, we've had only 2 losing days. One was Thursday of last week and one was today. These are relatively small losses, 0.65 points, and less than a point, less than a half a point, 0.3 points. So our average across the 4 weeks is just over 25 points a day. I'm going to put this in at 25 just to stay in sync with what our actual, or what our forecast is compared to our actual. And at this point, I'm going to adjust our losing days down to a minus 10 points, which is $200 per contract, 1 day a week. We have not averaged that yet, and the 2 losing days we did have were less than 10. I had this planned at 15. At this point, I'm going to adjust it down to 10. It still is a conservative estimate based on what we've seen. And so those numbers are projecting out a potential income for us over 12 months of $283,000. And again, you could change this to 5 contracts, to 4 contracts, to whatever you want. This is all helping you to drive your overall income planning. This is your financial forecasting for your trading business. I'm going to leave it at 3 because I think 3 gives us a very healthy and yet based on current data to date, very realistic income potential, income forecast, having started with $5,000 and committing 10% of our account balance to contracts. So that's the performance today, and we'll be back again tomorrow for more trading. Always appreciate all of you being here in our live trading room, or if you're just looking at this for the first time and you want to check out more information on the adaptive entry system, you can go to optionsmoneymaker.com/TBP.